Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Amber Mellick, and I'm here with John Traina, founder of NCRx Optical Solutions. NCRx offers an innovative suite of solutions for anyone looking to implement digital freeform surfacing into their labs. Not only is this equipment versatile in its capacity, but the one-of-a-kind surface blocker is a unique health conscious and environmentally friendly alternative to today's standard blocking processes. Now, John, I know you're going to do a demo for us. Would you like to talk about the blocker a little bit before doing it, or shall we jump right in?
Well, we might as well jump right in. Good morning, Amber. As you know, being a lab person yourself, that blocking has been an annoyance for the labs for decades, and there's been many attempts to improve that situation with not a lot of success. The main problems associated with blocking that everyone has been experiencing is that the typical molten material that makes contact with the tape that's on the lens blank itself introduces a great deal of stress and strain in the lens blank, resulting in a substantial amount of time required to before you can start surfacing it. This creates a backlog of jobs and requires a lot of trays and introduces a lot of delay in terms of being able to start a job. Typical waiting times are a half an hour to 40 minutes or more. In addition to the fact that Freeform, other than our Freeform equipment, every other Freeform machinery requires alloy, which is getting to be very, very unpopular because of its hazardous aspects to it, with cadmium and lead in it. And the fact that it's being dealt with in a rather cavalier manner in a lot of laboratories. You put these all together and you look at it and you say, what can we do about this? Well, this blocker removes a great deal of every aspect that we could come up with of what is the problem with blocking. This blocker does not require taping in the first place, and then of course, after that, it doesn't require any reclaim, so it has no wax or alloy, and it does a much more precision job of blocking, which the present blocking really assumes that the blank is in the proper position. This does not. This is going to talk to the surfacing equipment and tell it where the film surface really is without any question. So thickness issues are gone. There's no reclaim, of course, since there's no wax or alloy in it, which is another major annoyance in a lab. So the features here are multiple. We also don't have to use any special rings or anything else to block as much of the lens as possible. That's been another shortcoming of blocking, that it didn't support the lens for large lens finished lenses, where when they were large you had to support the lens on the outside. That's taken care of as well. So why don't we jump right in here and take a look at this thing.
Awesome.
Here we're going to swing the camera around and put on some light here. You're looking at the front face. It's a touch screen operation. It opens like this, and you're looking into it. What you're looking at is a multi-axis system which takes care of the whole thing. And fundamentally, this is a two-step process. What we're going to do here today is show that we're going to form a shape into a bladder type arrangement. The bladder has molten material in it, but not, it's low temperature, so you can handle it. It's going to be, the lens blank is going to be pushed into it. Then after it is formed the shape into the bladder, the lens blank will be removed and a adhesive will be placed on the bladder that will leave no residue on either the bladder or the lens blank when you remove it at the end of your surfacing. And the lens blank will be pushed down into this, and the adhesive will be activated by a light. And that will be the process. So let's take a look at that. So we'll start out by putting a lens in the machine. This lens has been marked with a spot in the center, and as a video, we have a video up here that will show you the there we go. And then you just hit start. And what's happening now is the first thing it's going to do is go down and grab the lens. If you can see the screen, which I'm not sure you can, these types of screens don't show very well on video. But over here, it's telling you the temperature. We read the temperature inside the molten material, so that there's no question about what's going on. Now you're seeing a protective mesh being put over the bladder, while the lens is moved into the bladder, and underneath this block is sitting on a chilled ring, so that you now is pressing down into it. It's telling me here there's 45 pounds of force going down, and the temperature is rapidly dropping because the cooler is on, chilling the molten material inside the bladder. And as soon as that reaches about 100 degrees, it will be solidified inside there, and you'll see it remove from the surface. One of the problems also in traditional blocking is these molten materials shrink substantially as they cool, and that creates significant problems, and it also creates distortions in certain lenses. Well, now you've seen it remove the blank. Now what you're seeing is it swinging in. It's going to deposit a small amount of adhesive. This adhesive leaves no residue, as I said, and it only takes a few drops of adhesive, and it dispenses the right amount of adhesive for the lens that it's using. And what it will do is now swing that out of the way and push the lens back into the bladder. And once it's done that, it'll turn the light on to activate the adhesive, which is what's going to happen now. And this is a visible light activated adhesive. So it's able to activate the adhesive through the lens, which is very unique. And now the lens has been successfully blocked. The machine is expected to communicate to the surfacing equipment and tell it exactly where this lens blank is. And there you have it. Fully blocked. You see underneath that we can read what's going on inside this, and you are ready to go right to the surfacing equipment. And that's about it, Amber. I'm sure you have some questions.
I'm back. That was awesome, John. Like you mentioned, I've been in labs for many, many, many years, and have plenty of experience with alloy blockers, but that's definitely another level. That's really cool. So as soon as that is done, as soon as that process is done, you can go right to the generator.
You can go right to the generator. And what's probably important to most of your listeners is the overall cost of doing it this way is significantly less than traditional blocking of any kind. First of all, by eliminating the taping, eliminating the delay, the cost of the adhesive is only pennies per lens. And these blocks, you do not need a whole bunch of blocks because this takes the shape of anything up to a base 10. So you only need a handful of blocks. So all of that, you don't need tons of trays anymore. because the blocker is the thing that usually creates a backup of trays. The surfacing and polishing equipment doesn't take any 40 minutes, and anybody that's running a lot of jobs winds up with a whole backlog of trays. Well, that's gone too.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice. Wow.
Yeah,
so
you can see it's supported all the way out. I don't know if I made that clear. That that blank is supported all the way out.
So once it's gone through the entire system, how do you get the block off?
Oh, once you've surfaced, obviously there's no difficulty. You have to get it started, and then you'll see this adhesive will be like a thin film, rubbery type film that you just peel off and throw it away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's all you do. Yeah, it's like the adhesive is in the family of the adhesive that if you've had a credit card, that gummy kind of adhesive, although this is far more tenacious. It holds onto that lens blank really, really well. So, and also because the bladder is so perfectly matched to the lens blank, that also enhances the adhesion quite a bit. So it holds on to it very well.
Well, that's an awesome piece of equipment. Thank you so much for doing the demo.
No problem.
I know we have a lot more that we can share with everyone, but we will let's wait until we're actually in the booth and get to speak one-on-one with people.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate your time this morning doing that demo. That's, like I said, super cool. I haven't not seen anything like it.
I'm sure you haven't.
I have not.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
Notice the size of it too, Amber. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Did.
You know, everybody's accustomed to these boat anchors that sit in their labs and take up a lot of space, and this doesn't do any of that either. So.
Well, that's great. Well, everyone, if you want more information, you can meet us at the booth, visit the arena, go to the NCRx booth, and we can meet you there. John, I think you're going to be there between 11 and 3:30, the 25th through the 27th.
Yes.
So everyone, thanks for joining us, and we will see you there.
Thank you, Amber.
Thanks, John.
All right, take care.